Alrighty, here we are. Another day. Today we are in Starbucks. I'm having a delicious water, delicious overpriced water. Let's give it a few more minutes, let some people come in. The stragglers. Same Starbucks, same music, same barista. We have beer and Preo, although today she's going by the name Net because she lost her name tag. But everything's the same other than that. Today we're going to talk about food, booze, and the opposite sex. This stream is actually for Mr. Minaj, who has not shown up yet. Maybe he's busy, maybe not. But this one's for him, suggested by him. Actually, I think he only wanted beer, and then it was food and beer, and I changed it to food, booze, and instead of women, I wanted to encompass everyone. So, you know, this is for all the straight, the gay, the in the middle, the men, the women. This channel is not only about men. Now, before I go any further, I gotta do what I do every stream, at least twice, which is thank all my Patreon patrons, all the people who contribute to this channel, whether by Patreon, by joining through the membership on my website, or through the new membership on YouTube, the YouTube sponsorship program. That's why there's a little join button down below. Sponsorship starts at $1.99, but thank you to Zach, to Jack, and to John, and let's see who else here. Get my little list out. Let's see here. Got a few more people to thank. Alright. Thank you to Mr. Ralph. Thank you to Mr. Carl and Mr. Carlos, Mr. Ales, Mr. Longhorns, Mr. Elaine, and another John. Thank you very much. Appreciate all the support. If you'd like to do anything, everything's down in the description. You can visit my website through AnAmericanInBangkok.com. You can contribute through PayPal. You can use the Cash App and get free $5, a free $5. If you put $5 in, they'll give you a free $5. And you send that $5 to me, I get a free $5 plus your $5, so it's a good deal. You can become a sponsor on YouTube. You can purchase one of my books. You can purchase one of my t-shirts or mugs. Soon there'll be, I believe there'll be hats, maybe beanies, and I'm not sure what else. Or you can just go through Amazon. And of course, like I said, Patreon. There's all kinds of stuff. Do I still have any of these social media? Yeah, I do, but I'm not really using anything but Instagram. So there we go. That's how you can support the channel. And also, if that's not good enough for you, then just chat in the chat here. Comment in the chat. Comment down below. Leave a thumbs up. That's important. And also, if you are a new subscriber, make sure to subscribe. Click the little notification bell. And what else? I don't think I left anything out. Now, I'm not able to turn my camera around because I don't know why I did this, but I'm on my computer, not on my phone. I didn't think I was going to come to Starbucks today. Obviously, I'm here. If anything exciting happens, I'll just turn the laptop around, but generally, not much exciting happens here. So, but anyway, the topic of the day is food, booze, and women. Women, opposite sex, sorry. Can be men. If you want to talk about men, you're a woman, you want to talk about men, you're a guy, you want to talk about men, whatever, up to you. The opposite sex, relationships. And also food and booze, which I'm going to admit something. I don't think the last meal I had that was really good was the one that my wife made for me. And I don't even remember what it is. Oh, it was the seafood thing or whatever she made. She made some seafood dinner. I'm trying to think of it. It was with curry and all this kind of stuff. It was fantastic. Other than that, I make my food. Last night I made my kids, what did I make? I made some rice, kind of like a brown rice with chicken and onions and garlic. And what was that other little vegetable I had? I don't know. Like some spring onions or something. And then what I did was I put in some fish sauce. I didn't put the rice in. It went over the rice. And some fish sauce, some sweet soy. Oh, and I put some shrimp paste in there. Shrimp paste is very good. You might not think it is, but it is excellent. And it really makes a meal. Here in Asia, everybody uses, or at least in Thailand, everybody uses fish sauce. That's the big thing. Fish sauce, soy sauce, shrimp paste. What else? Oyster sauce. Most of the meals have something like that in there. They use a lot of paprika, a lot of this and that. Anyway. So if I need to, I'll just wait a little bit longer here for some comments because I don't want to just talk to myself for the next hour and a half or so. If you get married, they think you're finished, and if you are without a woman, they think you're incomplete. Use a light sauce and a dark sauce, soy sauce. We always have that. We always have fish sauce, and we always have oyster sauce. We have Meiji, which is basically a soy sauce. So we have all kinds of sauces in our house. We make sure we have plenty of sauces. And they're not expensive, so, like if you run out, you just buy a big bottle for $1 or $2. And then you're always set. The other thing we always have a lot of is the fish sauce with some chili in it. Sriracha sauce. What else? Sriracha sauce. Sriracha is pretty important. Just make sure you get a good sriracha sauce. Don't get some crappy, generic type. What else do we use? I think that's about it. Now what I'm using, everybody has oil here. Everybody has some kind of oil. Um, well, all that is, Bruce, is some oyster sauce with some pepper, some fish sauce, maybe a little sugar. It's not difficult to make, but we don't always have that. My wife likes to have it. She'll make that up. I don't make it very often. Not at all. I'm not making a huge amount of Thai food. She makes a lot more Thai food than I make. I'm making, like I said, last night I got some, all I did was get a chicken breast, chopped it all up into small cubes, got a couple of cloves of garlic, an onion, mixed them all up. And what did I put in there? I'm trying to think if it was, I think it was a red onion or something, I don't know, but besides the onion. Chopped all that up, mixed it up, threw a little pepper, a little white pepper, some fish sauce, a little bit of dark soy, and mixed it all up. And then basically what I did was I took the rice out and I laid that over the rice. The kids liked it. It was very good. I was surprised. I threw some egg in there also. 2 eggs. And that was enough for, I made enough for 3 people. But that's the kind of stuff I make. I mean, I'm not, I'll make some pad see ew. I'll make some, which is, noodles. I'll make some, every once in a while I'll make the cashew with chicken, or chicken with cashews. What else do I make? I make kaijio. I make a mean kaijio. You don't know what kaijio is? It's a Thai omelet, and it's very easy to make. You basically just get a couple of eggs, or 2 or 3 eggs. You mix them up, throw some fish sauce in that bad boy. I like to put just a touch of sweet soy sauce in there. And then you can put some onion in there, or you put whatever you want. But I like having a little bit of greens in there, like some cilantro. You put a little bit of onion. You can put some ground pork in there. You just throw it in some oil, and what we've been using lately is extra virgin olive oil. We've stopped using the soybean oil and any other oil. So, it's a little more expensive, but it's a little healthier, and we try not to use very much of it. But if you want like a quick meal, you just have a little bit of rice and make yourself an omelet. And then you pound a couple beers with it. I'm joking. I'm interested in knowing what kind of food is everybody's favorite food. For me, Thai is not my favorite food. Italian is my favorite food. Italian with a nice red wine. Beautiful. Let's see here. Quitio, I like Quitio. We got some Quitio shops across from my house. Tom Yum Goong, I don't really like that very much. Depends. Tom Kha Gai, which is chicken and coconut soup. I like that. Som Tam, once in a while, I like it. There was somebody that I know who ended up going to the hospital because they had a bowl, or a plate rather, of some tam, and the crab was not good. It was bad, and it gave them food poisoning. Had to go to the hospital, had to get the IV and all that, and anytime my wife goes, "Oh, I got a stomach ache," I'm like, "You eat anything spicy? You have any seafood?" And if she says yes, then I go, "Hey, you know what? When you have that, you know what it entails. So you better be sure of where you're eating and what you're buying if you're making it yourself." Yum pla dup phu, fried catfish with green mango. Okay, that's good. Yum tale, lap. Now the other day we had some fish, and the fish is stuffed with rice. That's very good. If you haven't tried it, I don't know what it's called. Maybe I'll find out. Pad Thai, Pad Siu, Pop Boom. Okay, very good. Cow pad, very easy. Pad Krapao, which is just a basil. It's rice with pork or chicken, and you throw a little basil on there and some little cucumbers. There you have it. If you want the cucumbers, you put the cucumbers on the side. Penang Thai, Genkyo Wan, it's green curry. That's very good. Khao soy, creamy coconut curry noodle soup. I may have this today. We're listening. Is there any American food you want and can't get there? Yes, there is, actually. I don't get very much mahi here. I don't see it very often. I don't think I've ever had it in Thailand. I had it in Indonesia. It's basically dolphin, the fish, not like flipper. Very good. I miss conch fritters. I miss key lime pie. What else? I think that's about it, really. I miss real apple pie with ice cream. I had an apple pie here at Starbucks a while ago, and I said, "Is it good?" "Oh yeah, it's so good." I ate it, and I was like, "This is not a good apple pie. I'm sorry." What else? What else? American food that I miss. You can get a good burger here. You can get a decent pizza here. Although, if you really want a decent pizza, go to Jono. He's the guy who makes the best pizza in town, in my opinion. Much better than. Yeah. You know what? I loves me some crab. I forgot all about that. Joe Stone crabs. Awesome. You can make your own, man. Make your own. I made a Sloppy Joe a couple months ago for the kids, and they were like, "What's this called?" Sloppy Joe. I went up into northern Canada. What was it? Not northern Canada, but western Canada, in a place called Kitimat, and met my family up there. Met my father up there, and went to one of his friends' houses, and he brought out a big silver. It was like as big. You couldn't get you had to hold it from underneath because you couldn't get your arms all the way around it. It was a couple of feet in diameter, and it was full of crab. They were all fresh, and it was all on ice, and we just were cracking the legs, and oh man, that was the best. And we had beer, we had some vodka. It was very, very good stuff. That was a memorable meal for a number of reasons. USDA prime ribeye. I like filet mignon. I do like crab cakes. Nicholas loves crab cakes. Grandma made him some crab cakes, and he was just over the moon with how good they were. And then my wife learned how to make them. She makes them. It's not all that hard. I've made some stuff like, potato cakes, tuna cakes, very, very good stuff. Not necessarily always the healthiest, whatever, you know, some of the stuff, but the crab cakes were excellent. And my wife hasn't made any in a while. I'm like, I'm gonna have to get her to. Actually, Nicholas and I were talking about this a couple days ago. We need to get her in gear and get her start buying some of that stuff again, so we can. The other day we had some shrimp. We had a nice shrimp dish that she makes. It's very simple. It's basically the shrimp were alive when we got them. She threw them into the wok. The water's boiling. She threw them into the wok. No. She boiled the water. She put them up above in the steamer section of the wok. And you could hear them moving around because they were dying. And she's like, I hate that. I feel bad. I'm killing them. I'm like, better than us. You get the crab. And then you get a little sauce. It's a little lime sauce with fish sauce and chili. And you dip it in there, and then you got a little bit of sriracha on the side. So you just basically feast on shrimp, and that's what we did. We had, it must have been 2 kilos of shrimp, something like that. And we all just sat there and picked them apart. I miss my mother's home cooking. I will say that. I miss a truly good manicotti. I like gnocchi, but you can get that here, but it's packaged. It's not freshly made. But in Cambodia, if you go to Cambodia, I will recommend this place, and I think Mr. Longhorns has been there. In Cambodia, there's a place. It's called Pop's Cafe, Pop's Italian Cafe, or something like that. It's right down there on what is it, Sithawath Kwai? Is that what the road is? Let me see. Is that what it is? It's over by Kandel Market, past Kandel Market. Let me see. See if I can find it here. I can tell you exactly where it is. Excellent place. Let's see. Pop's Cafe. Here we go. Pop Cafe. It's Pop Cafe de Giorgio. It's on Sissawath Kwai, and it is. I'm going to give you the address. Boy. If you're ever. There you go. Pop Cafe de Giorgio. If you're ever in Phnom Penh, you have to go there. It's a fantastic place. It's reasonably priced. I think when we went in, I mean, I've been in there with Longhorns. I've been there by myself. I've been there with my friend Scott. I've been there many times. They got good coffee, good espresso. They got great tiramisu. They have good wine. And their gnocchi is excellent. Got me, man. I don't know. He's probably cooking something right now. You know, he's into the cooking. He told me he wants to stay offline for the same reason that Fidelity stays off, because, you know, at the end of the day, if you stay online, you tend to waste a lot of time, which is why I haven't been coming to Starbucks. I waste time. Every time I come here, I spend more money than I want to. You know. I like gnocchi. I've had it several different ways. I've had it with with just olive oil. I've had it with a white sauce. I've had it with a marinara sauce, and I've had it with some olive oil and red chili flakes and black pepper, and it's fantastic. Start talking about all this food. I'm gonna have to make some good Italian food tonight. That restaurant, though, the Pop Cafe, I've gone in there. I've had the gnocchi. a glass of wine, tiramisu, and an espresso. And let me see, did they have a menu? Website? No website that is. Oh, no website. Let's see here. You can place an order through Food Panda. They got Food Panda in Cambodia now. It's been a while since I've been to Cambodia. Okay, let's see here. Go to the menu. Let's see right now how much it would cost. Closed until Sunday? Well, they don't even show the menu. Oh, here it is. No, they don't show the menu. Yeah, it doesn't show the menu right now. I don't know. It just, and this says Pop Coffee, not Pop Cafe. It's not even the same place, the one that they brought up. So whatever. I think it cost me about $20. I was in and out of there, and it ran me about $20 for all that. 25 bucks. That was the espresso, you know, the wine. I think what it was is, I think I went when I was with Scott, my friend Scott. We shared a carafe of wine. So the price was, you know, a little more reasonable per glass. But that was very good. Yeah, who doesn't, you know, I put here, food, booze, and the opposite sex, other than family, the only truly important things in life. Well, obviously money is important, but family's important, money's important. But, you know, food and booze kind of go hand in hand, as does the opposite sex. You know, when you go out, sometimes you go out with your buddies, sometimes you go out with, you know, you go out with your old lady or whatever. That area of Phnom Penh reminds me of Paris on the sign. Beautiful. Not been for 20 years. It's probably changed. It's changed quite a bit, but they've made it more upscale. I don't think I've been there for about 3 years now. You know, I got sick of going to Phnom Penh and to Cambodia because I've been there and just, it got boring. Yeah, that's the other thing. I forgot about the song. You know, maybe I should have named it Wine, Women, and Song. I didn't want to leave anybody out, though, because, you know, there are women who, there's the, you know, like 3% of women who watch this stream. And there are, you know, I'm sure there's some other people who, you know, we don't want to just limit anything. Have at it with whoever you want. I've been listening while driving. Now I can comment safely. You can never comment safely on here. Nothing's ever safe here. I'm working. Yeah, I'm working. Damn it. So what about booze? You know, booze here in Thailand, expensive. Wine and hard liquor, pretty expensive. Pretty freaking expensive. Sid is very awesome. He's quite well. He's still running all around going crazy. Fortunately, he's not peeing on the sofa or anything like that. Then I would have at it with him. But he's very good little cat. You know, he lost his 2 of his baby teeth now, which I didn't even know that they lost their baby teeth. One day we looked up and we saw his mouth and it had a little blood in it. We're like, what the hell? And then we looked it up. Cats have baby teeth. No teeing. No teeing today. Only beer and Preo. However, Preo, her nickname now is Net. She was joking, but I guess she lost her name tag, and so she is now known as Net, which they do that every once in a while, you know. One day their name is Watermelon, and the next day, you know, it's Chubby. I don't get it, you know. And then the day after that, it's, you know, Bamboo. This is Thailand. I don't know why they can't just call it, you know, they just don't use their real names. You know? And then you abbreviate the name. I mean, they do that sometimes. Because you never know what their real name is. I mean, you know, you could be dating a girl for a year, and you're like, what's your real name? And she tells you, and you're like, but if you start writing it down and you're calling her that all the time, then you remember her real name. It's not that difficult. I get the name Chubby if she's hot. Listen, as we were discussing earlier, and I've discussed this with a number of people, including Jono, it's great. Oh, they're so beautiful. Oh, they're so lovely. Oh, she's gorgeous. That's fantastic. But you know what? Tell me that after 6 months. After 6 months, you go, yeah, she is. She's still a woman. You know. What's today? December 16. Is it 16? Yeah, 16. That is one of the few things that, yeah, exactly. I'm being kind, Gennaro. I mean, you know. And then, you know, of course, there's the first time that you go in, and you're like, excuse me, sweetheart, can I use your bathroom? She's like, okay, and you go take a nice spicy Thai dump, and then you come out, and she has to use the bathroom, and she's like frightened of you. You know, she's like, oh, I don't think I want to keep seeing this guy. The one thing about Thailand that I really, really do not like is the alcohol situation. It really irritates me because I don't see why a government feels the need to dictate to people what time they can purchase their alcohol. I mean, you know, I guess they do it in the United States. And I've talked about this many times. Bugs the hell out of me. Smell like rat, die 7 days. 7 day. But you know, the whole booze thing is and I'm not a big drinker, But I like to have a glass of wine or a beer when I feel like having it, or booze. Now, booze, I don't really drink much booze, like hard alcohol. I don't know how many bottles of tequila. And, it's all pretty good tequila. And I can't remember the last time I drank some. Probably the last time I drank some was when I did a stream and got drunk. Fell asleep. I don't know. The one that they wouldn't let me put up because I had music on. Bastards. They muted the whole frickin' thing. But still, if you want to go and buy a bottle, why can't you go? Why is it that $1.59 you're allowed to purchase? You can buy 50 bottles of whiskey. But 2 o'clock hits, oh, sorry, cannot. Unbelievable. I guess if I was a drinker, I would be upset. What? You have dry count? What do you mean dry counties? You're not allowed to buy booze? Yeah, here's the thing. Listen, think about something, gentlemen. $75,000 from Lady Drinks in live streams. I haven't made a freaking dollar today. Okay? I appreciate everybody that does give and contribute, but this is the thing. It's about TNA. I hate to tell you this. It's about TNA, TNA, TNA. Horny guys see titties and they go nuts. And, listen, all you got to do is look at the Hooters girl. And believe me, from what I've seen of her, she ain't shit. I understand, okay, you had a couple drinks in you, it's late at night, you want to stick it in somewhere, okay, I understand that. Other than that, though, you see her in the daytime. You take her home in the afternoon, and you're like, she's just irritating. Here goes the bad girl wearing her bad girl jacket, which I really like that jacket. I think most chicks could pull that off, wearing that bad girl jacket. It's funny, they don't want to be bad. No, I'm a good girl. Goddamn well that most of them, they're just as bad as everybody else. And what is good and what is bad anyway? Really. I'm surprised that there are dry counties. Who voted that shit in? The people in the counties, did they vote that in? Or was it one of these politician things that they somehow find a way to get that passed? She put you in a world to hurt. Okay. Maybe. I'm an old man, for God's sakes. Listen. I'm not going to go there. Some establishments, a club card was purchased for a few dollars. No idea why, but in the 80s was a thing. Kentucky and Tennessee have them. Some towns in New Jersey are dry. Why? See, this is the thing. If somebody wants to drink, who are you to tell them they can't? Now, if they want to drink and drive, I understand. You can't do that because you can hurt other people. I understand that when you drink, you may hurt other people, but guess what? It's your responsibility not to hurt someone just simply by having a drink of a beer, a sip of beer, or 1 or 2 beers. I don't see what's the matter with that. Then there's a ridiculous state store system in Pennsylvania. I don't know anything about that. Boy, I have completely lost. I've lost track of what's going on in the United States. Thank you very much, Mr. Tom. Appreciate it. Choke D to you. Good luck for you all of that day. All the day and all the night. Thank you. Religious zealots created dry counties. First it was you couldn't drink on Sundays, then it just went to extreme. Religion. Listen, there's a topic for tomorrow. Religion. Let's all talk about religion. I dare say what people when people force their beliefs and their lifestyle on others is when mankind gets in trouble. I mean, think about that. All the problems in the world tend to stem from one group of people wanting to impose their will and their lifestyle and their laws and ways on other people. And if those people resist, then things can get very nasty. I mean, you know, look at, I'm not even going to go there. This is not just about Islam or Christianity or whatever, but, you know, I'm a firm believer that nobody should force anybody into religion. If you want to believe, that's fine. And I'm sure I guarantee you there are people who have watched my channel who have heard that and said, yeah, it's the way that you are. How am I? How am I? Really? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not hurting anybody. I don't kill people. I don't go and rob and do these things. I don't beat people up. You know, go out willy-nilly and just start beating people up. I don't do anything like that. I don't need a religion to tell me how to act. If that's what somebody wants in their life, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. But when somebody tells me, you need to be like this and then you'll be a better person, no, I'm sorry. When I lived in Statesboro, Georgia, it was dry, so I just made sure I stocked up before I left the base. On base, you could buy all alcohol. Yeah, this is what I mean. You know, what it is we're just going to make it difficult for you, and if you don't like it, too bad. No, the way I look at it is, you're going to make it difficult for me. And it's just going to piss me off, you know. Listen, it's one thing when people die and you go and you pay your respects to them and that kind of thing. And, you know, my wife is, thankfully, is not super religious. And I don't know if you guys remember, but I got a letter a long time ago. I got a letter a long time ago about a guy who was, I don't know if he's still listening. I don't know if he's even still alive. He had a heart problem. He was in bad shape. And he was married to a Thai woman in the United States, living in the United States. And she had stopped wanting to have sex with him. And I was like, well, that's a problem. You need to put it to her, you know, plain and simple that, well, you can understand she doesn't want to have it all the time because maybe she's busy, she's tired, whatever. She's got responsibilities like kids and, you know, making sure the household is running properly or whatever. If she didn't work. You know, okay, once in a while, okay, but like when it becomes a habit and she's always saying no, 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 you need to step in and say something, right? He tried to say something to her and she just went, too bad. And the reason was because she was going to the Thai temple all the time in the area. And she just started believing that she didn't have to, that she didn't want to. And, you know, he was really upset because he was like, I don't know if she's screwing around on me, I don't know. And I said, well, you have to, you have to try to find out and just tell her to be honest with you, Apparently, she wasn't screwing around. She just didn't want to be with him because of her commitment to Buddhism. She changed her mind and said, I don't want to be married. They ended up getting divorced because they couldn't work it out. Yeah, Tom, I also, when my wife wants to go to the temple, it's not very often. Once in a while she'll go. She'll have a reason for going. It usually has something to do with her family or mother who's passed away now. Or it's some kind of reason. But she goes every couple of months. She just goes in the morning, early in the morning, goes for a couple of hours. She feels better. And you know what? She doesn't ever force it on me. She doesn't force it on the kids. In that respect, no problem. Now, if she started telling me I needed to read a book about Buddhism, and if I didn't, she was going to leave me, and all these kind of things, I would be like, what? When I was in the class 6 was only open during that night. Part of the pleasure of having sex is when she doesn't. Oh God, no. Actually, I don't concur, Gennaro. Now they may say they don't want to, and then once they start, they want to. That's a little different. But if they really don't want to, that's no fun. This is the thing, with religion, with regards to women, if it becomes a problem in the relationship, well then, there's really only two things you do. Work it out or don't. And unfortunately, that happens once in a while. I felt bad for the guy. I really wanted to help the guy. But I was like, man, I don't know what to tell you, I told him that, basically communication is important. You got to talk to her, tell her how you feel. And what really was sad was that he had a heart problem, and then she was, and he used to do a lot of things around the house because he became disabled. He wasn't able to go to work, and so, he was collecting disability or whatever, and he was cleaning the house. And all. But once his heart got really bad, he got to the point where he couldn't do any of the housework. He couldn't keep up. And, then it became, he couldn't really have sex. And he couldn't do really much in the house. And she didn't want to do anything. She didn't want to help. She wanted to go to the temple. And when she was home, she didn't want to do anything aside from maybe if she was cooking something for herself, she'd give him some food. But other than that, it was like, hey, buddy, you're on your own. To me, that's not a great relationship, I do say once in a while, like, when I feel pain, and when I'm in pain, my wife just goes, yeah, you're in pain all the time, so what do you want me to say? You want me to say something all the time? Oh, you poor baby. Oh, you poor... No, it's not going to happen. Not with a Thai woman. They're not going to be like that. It does. If that's what you need, if you need some woman kowtowing and kissing your ass all the time and being like that, you better look elsewhere. And it's not just Thai, it's Asians in general. They're not going to kiss your ass every minute of the day. Now, maybe if I look like, Brad Pitt, that might be different. I don't think so. Maybe. Yeah, she's been westernized, exactly. Which is why one of my big tips from long ago, one thing I used to say all the time is, if you meet a Thai woman here in Thailand, and you get into a relationship with them, don't bring them back to the United States immediately. Because your relationship hasn't had time to grow. If you're with them for a few years here, or if you meet them in the United States or something like that, and you get to know them and all that kind of stuff, or you're a little older and you're both set in your lifestyles, that's a little different. But generally, get to know them, get to know their ways, and then if they move, you guys' relationship is strong. You're already set. You know what you expect from her, and she expects from you. You know what you expect from the relationship. You know. Yeah, I'm not saying all military bases are the same, as the commander or commanding general can make any rules or anything. Off time and leaving base is a privilege, not a right. Anyway, I'm sure that there are, for you know, we're complaining about the women. I don't know if we're complaining, we're discussing the women here, but I guarantee you one of the things that the women are discussing is how, listen, even my wife came to me a couple of years ago. She was working somewhere else, so it's got to be 10, 12 years ago. And she said, my friend, you know, my Chinese friend is all upset. And I said, why is she upset? She said, her husband never wants to have sex. I said, well, you know, what are we talking about? We're talking about a couple of days? We're talking about a week? What are we talking about? No, like, you know, once a month. And my buddy told me that too, about his Thai wife. Once a month. I said, man, you know, unless you're both truly okay with that, that's not okay. You know. Now, eventually, the guy came around to the Chinese girl. And, you know, I guess things got back to normal. He was stressed out about work or something, and the last thing on his mind was, you know, relaxing and going at it with his wife. The other relationship with the guy and the woman, the Thai woman, that didn't pan out. He basically got bored with it because, you know, they weren't having it all that often. And when they did, you know, it was like, you know, it's like a chore. What good is that? Don't ever bring them to a Western country. Well, I've thought that before, but I thought, you know, but at this point, I think if you've been with them for quite some time, and they're a little bit older, a little more set, I think it's a bit safer to do that because they're not going to be like hitting the bars. Listen, you're 45, 50 years old. A woman with a bunch of kids is not going to go jump if she's halfway decent, which you should know by the time you move over there. You would think she's not going to go running around, you know, looking for some guy at a bar, or she's at work and she's taking time out of work to go out with some guy and get a little something on the side, you know. And, you know, if your relationship's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. But I definitely wouldn't take them over there if you just met him or you just got married. And I do know several people, and you guys may remember there was an Australian guy who met some girl in some massage parlor, like a regular, supposedly no hanky-panky massage parlor. She gave a little hanky-panky, and then they hooked up immediately. You know, we're with each other for the next 2 weeks when he was in Thailand. He goes back to Australia. He starts getting the paperwork ready for a visa. He has all kinds of problems with her. There was a wedding or something, and her uncle got smashed. He was drunk. You know, he'd been drinking whiskey and Singha or whatever. He got smashed. He made a pass at the guy's mother, who was, you know, an old woman. And this guy got pissed off and goes to his girlfriend and says, hey, this is inappropriate, blah, blah, blah. And she was drunk. She gave him shit. You know, this is... So, you know, the other thing is, you may not want to mix drinking into your relationship if you both are a bit emotional when you drink. Is there common law marriage in Thailand? No, you're safe, man. Although, the way that it works is that if you get into a relationship with some girl and she is not able to take care of herself, and even if she is, but definitely if she's not, and you decide, I don't want to be with her, in order for her to save a little face and for you to make sure that she's okay, because if you were with her for, say, a year, 2 years, supposedly you cared about her enough to be with her. So when you break up with her, there needs to be some kind of parting gift. You know, 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, whatever it might be, wherever you both, you know, whatever your situation dictates. And that way, you know, I knew a guy who was with a girl for a number of years. She was cute. You know, she wasn't the best, but she was cute, and I could see it. You know, I could see why you liked her. And then after a number of years, what happened was, you know, he was doing okay when he met her. He was doing pretty good, and then things went down a little bit. Then he started getting better off. He was better off. And he just decided he didn't want the lifestyle where he was with one girl. And so he told her. But, you know, he had the money then, and he bought her a house. He bought her a car. Bought her a Benz. I think it was used. He bought her a Benz, bought her a house, and she was fine. She was like, okay, you know, no problem. Gave her some money, you know. And then he went and hooked up with like 3 chicks, and he just put them on the payroll and said, this is what you get every month. Y'all live with me, and this is the life I want. You know, no pertinent gift from me unless she wants breakup sex commando party. Yeah. Well, you know, it also, you know, things are changing. Things are fluid, if I can use that word, because it really depends on your situation and depends on the person. You know, the times are changing even from when I first came over here and hooked up. You know, got hooked up and ended up getting married. Times have changed a lot. Back in the day, it was everybody needed to get Sinsod. Damn near anybody. And if you were a foreigner living here, you just figured, oh, I have to pay it. And now it's not quite as prevalent. Not as much as in the past. And, you know, there's a lot. I mean, I forget who it was I talked to here, and they said, you know, 300,000 is fine, whatever the guy can afford, but, you know, some of them would be given back to them. Some of it might be given back in the way of a piece of land or something like that. So, you know, things change, which is why I say it's pretty important if you're going to come here and you're going to hook up and you're going to get into a serious relationship, you damn sure better know what. And if you're ever going to get involved with somebody who's working, like in a bar as a working girl, if you don't know what you're doing, you're like leaving it up to the gods to say, okay, this girl's not going to screw you over. Maybe she is, maybe she isn't. Hello. Comes the bad girls back. Boy. Now, I think we should move on from that, the opposite sex / women topic. Move on to the booze topic. You know, here in Thailand, the booze is expensive. Booze is an expensive habit, you know. It gives you a little bit of joy, great. And, you know, we usually have 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 bottles of wine at the house. I think we have 2 right now, and they're pretty much empty. But, you know, like oh, hello there, Mr. Tony. Swadee Cup, Swadee Ton Chow. Well, the vast majority of them will. If the longer they've been in the business, the better the chance of them tearing you apart or getting whatever they want from you. Um, if they're a new, new girl, or they happen to be a very nice person, which happens, maybe they won't. But you should plan on them being able to, and they're very capable. They know how to push the buttons, and if you don't know what you're doing, forget about it. Really. One of the reasons I wouldn't like to live in Pattaya is because, especially as a single man. I mean, if you're single and you want to go to Pattaya and you live in Bangkok, or you live in some other place, you can always go to Pattaya. You can always go to Phuket. You can always do those things. Yeah, he passed away, I don't know, a year or so ago, a little bit more maybe. But for me, it's not. There's several different ways to look at it. Okay, so about 9 months ago, there are guys out there who they want to get hooked up. They want to meet a girl. They want to fall in love and all this kind of stuff, and maybe even get married. And there are guys out there, they just want to bang the brains out. So you got to determine which one are you, or do you just want to have a little fun, be single, be alone, have your fun once in a while? Which one is it? If you want to go and run around, it's not many better places than Pattaya if that's what you want to do. You want to have your fun once in a while, that's another good place. There are many good places here. If you want to get hooked up, like in a relationship, I don't know what I would go there for that. I wouldn't go there with the intent to hook up and start a relationship. It's not the brightest thing to do. There's a guy, I don't know if he still watches or anything, but he used to be, he used to subscribe to my channel. He'll leave a comment once in a while. Very, a pretty bitter guy. American guy on a pension. He's got a fixed income. In my opinion, he has more than enough to have a decent standard of living as a single person, and even if he was to hook up, if he hooked up with the right person. He used to ask my opinion of things, and this is the thing, and I understand this now as I'm older. And, I used to ask my parents for their opinion or their advice, and then I wouldn't listen to them. And they'd be like, well, why do you ask if you're not going to listen? It's the same thing. I had the one guy who would ask me all the time, why is it like this? Why is it that? I said, listen, if you don't want some slut, then if the chick bangs you on the first night, don't expect them to be the girl of your dreams. Chiang Mai for finding a wife. I guess it's better than Pattaya. I don't know why you would set out with the intention of, I'm going to find a wife. You want to find a wife, go where they don't expect you to be. That's my opinion. Go somewhere they don't expect you to be. If you're in Pattaya and you go into the bank and some girl starts smiling at you and stuff, and then a month later she's asking you for money. Thank you very much, Mr. Tony. Thank you. Choke D. Appreciate it. Choke D, good luck for you all day and all night. If you go into a bank, and you meet the girl, you take her out a few times, and she starts talking about how the man has to take care of the woman, and this is Thai way, and blah, 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 blah. You might want to rethink your relationship and move on. Same thing can happen in Chiang Mai. If you meet him and you have a good time and you're hanging out with him and you start, You know, they're not asking you for money. They're not bugging you. Oh, I need some taxi money. Please, you just give me 500. It's okay. You know, that kind of shit. You know, or for I have big money. You start hearing all these kind of things. Immediately, you're like, what the fuck, man? What you want is some girl go, why do I need your fucking money? That's what you want. You want some woman, and it doesn't matter if it's Thai or otherwise. You want some chick who's like, I don't need your money. I make my own money. I'm with you because I want to be with you. You know, drinking in Thailand, enjoy happy hour at the hotels, tip the barmaid, all is good. Simple. Simplify things. You know, make sure you always give a little bit of a tip. You don't have to give them 1,000 baht. I'll never forget the guy. He's passed on also. I went to a fight with him at the old Lumpini Stadium. He started getting smashed, and he starts going up to the fighters after every single fight. He starts going up to the fighters and tipping them 1,000 baht. He tipped the winner 1,000 baht, the loser 1,000 baht. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You're pissing away your money. You don't need to do that. It's not like something that they even understand. They're looking at you. You know, yeah, okay, if they have a good fight and they win, or, you know, you win some money from gambling, okay, then maybe you give them a tip. But he was just like pissing the money away. I remember that, and I still remember. Let me just tell you one other thing I remember, and this is 25 years ago, 26 years ago. I went into Lumpini Stadium with a woman. We're sitting there ringside. I said, I'll have a beer, please. And the girl goes, I would like a beer also. And the guy comes back. I've told this story a while ago. The guy comes back, he hands me my beer, and I go, where's her beer? She's lady, she doesn't need beer. I'm like, what? I'm like, get her the fucking beer. No, she's lady, she no drink, no smoke. I was like, get her a fucking beer. So he went back eventually and got the beer, and she was a bit pissed off. But that's how their mentality was. I was very surprised. That's how it could be, their mentality. Where's the best place to lose a wife? I don't know, you know. I guess maybe if you bring one home that she's not attracted to, and you do it right in front of her, that might be a sign that it's time to move on. This place is filling up pretty good, huh? You're welcome, Tony. That was something else. Telling the woman you shouldn't be drinking, you shouldn't smoke, and you shouldn't drink. She wasn't smoking. No, a lady shouldn't smoke and a lady shouldn't drink. Thai lady should not drink, should not smoke. And I was like, but even now, you know, there's a lot of Thai women. They're like, smoking is no. It's not good for the lady to be smoking. It's not polite, you know. And I'm surprised because if you look around, there's more Thai women with tattoos now. And a while back, I made a video about how there were certain signs, and if your woman had these things, that you needed to maybe take note. And one of those was the tattoos. If she's slathered in gold, she's got a bunch of tattoos on her, and she talks like a sailor, you might want to rethink your relationship, if you know, unless that's what you want. Having tattoos alone does not mean that she's a bad person or bad girl, but when you combine some of those things that I was talking about, you might want to open your eyes up, you know. If she starts asking you to send her 50,000 baht a month, you know, and you don't have like a family here, and you know, like you have to go overseas or something, she, you know there's bills to be paid. If it's just some chick who's just like, you give me 50,000, 100,000, I wait for you. And then it's time to go, See you later, honey. I don't particularly like tattoos either. Although certain ones, depending on where they are and what the tattoo is okay. I don't like the tramp stamps. It's like a bullseye. It's just like a bullseye. You know? And then it makes you wonder how many other people have used it as a bullseye. Can you imagine? Have you ever seen a woman that had the bullseye on her lower back? Anyway, well, you're not looking for a mate. Listen, I gotta say, Longhorns, there have been a few times in my life where I wanted the gnarliest chick who, she was hardcore, and I thought, oh, she's gonna be something else in the sack or whatever. And I picked some that were, covered up in tattoos, which is not my normal type, I promised my mother I wouldn't get tattoos, and I haven't, even though occasionally I've thought about it. I just haven't done it. Oh, man. But, I had one that was, all tatted out, and she was the one who, I've talked about her before. One day I was coming out of Nana Disco. Was out in the parking lot. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I see her yelling at some guy, and the next thing I know, she cracked a Heineken bottle over his head. That's pretty funny. Well, the best one I've ever seen is the shark's mouth that went right around the lower region. You could see it was a shark, and then it was the mouth of a shark. That was pretty good. But this one broke a Heineken bottle over this guy's head. He was a Middle Eastern guy. She cracked the bottle over his head, sliced his head open. He's bleeding everywhere, and then that was the end of that. Well, one day I ended up taking her just because I thought, well, it's a challenge. And she was good fun. And then she started pulling the bullshit with me. I want more money. Blah, blah, blah. I stayed longer, and I said, you need to leave. And she bridged up and got a little bit testy, and I said, you need to get the fuck out because I'm not scared of you, and I'll throw your ass out this fucking door, and I don't want to do that. And so she went, and then the next time I saw her, she said, I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to act like that was it. She knew, okay, I'm not going to get away with shit with this guy. Because some guys will let them get away with stuff. They just, oh, okay, baby, whatever you want. You want an extra $5,000? I'll give it to you, no problem. All right, let's see what we got here. I found out what these girls are working on every time when I walk in early in the morning. They're always working on something, and they're very serious about it. And I found out it's a daily plan. They have to have a plan here. No, I don't think so. Neither one of them. I don't think either one of them. Give me the paper. She didn't look over here. Unfortunately, I want the paper. She's not looking. She's in her own world right now. She's in the groove. Anyway, they have to do a daily plan when they start their day here. They have to write it all out. It's like 2 pages of stuff they have to write out. I was very surprised. She showed it to me today, and I was like, you got to do that every day? It's not the same? No. I'm like, can't you just copy it from one day to the next? No, can't do it. I don't think either one of them have tats. I've never seen any tattoos on any of them. On any of these girls. Never. Not a one. Now, if I go over to Cafe Amazon across the street, there's a couple of girls who have tats. Really? Well, that's because they think that, they're an individualist if they decide to have all kinds of tattoos. I don't need to have tattoos to show I'm, an individual. I'm my own person. If people don't believe I'm my own person, oh, well, that's their fucking problem, Listen, I get it. I understand. Well, I got a hole in my ear. I had it done when I was 17 years old. I haven't put anything in it in about 40 years. But I had some guy my buddy got a needle. He got a piece of ice, put it on my ear for about 30 seconds. He goes, "This might hurt a little bit." Stuck the needle through my ear. That was the end of that. You know. I can't say, I mean, listen, would it stop me from being with the chick for the night? No, of course not. Would it stop me from getting into a relationship with them? No, probably not. But there better be something about them that makes me overlook the fact that I don't particularly like tattoos. I've already, I'm going to put this chick's, her Instagram up again. And I show a lot of people this girl's Instagram because for me, she is she's a dark-skinned Thai girl, and I like how she looks. I don't really care what they are, whether they're dark, light, whatever. But let me see if I can find her here. And see, I like her a lot more than the Hooters girl. Oh yeah. Oh. All right, let me see. Some of you may know already who she is because I've told you or showed you. Very attractive woman. Oh, wow. Where did this one come from? This one just liked one of my photos. Here's another one. They're all over the place. If you really want to look at them, they're all over the place. I live in Hollywood for a while. I notice heavily tattoos usually get bad. I don't know. How do you know if it's a good one? If you keep going back. Then you know that was a good one. Nobody goes back for a bad BJ. She gave me the worst blowjob. I gotta go over there tomorrow and see her. You know? Those are two different styles of Thai women. Personally, I prefer the first one. Ooh. Anyway. Looks like our 90 minutes is just about up. I don't know if we can go another 30 here. What time is it? 10:21. How come my... Yeah, that one is exceptional. She's everything I've seen of her has been, she's a lovely girl. Quite good looking and fit. You know, you don't have to settle really, you know. If you come to Thailand, you don't have to like jump on the first one and go, "Oh my God." You can jump on all of them. Isn't that what all of you guys want? All of you single guys? It's either, quality or quantity. generally the quality is going to suffer if you have a lot of quantity. You know, if the quantity is high, the quality suffers a little. So while it's okay to run up the numbers when you come here sometimes and have some fun, you know, if you're looking for a little something that's special, you know, pick and choose. Thank God for Thailand. I jump on all of them and say, oh my God. Aren't they supposed to say that? Yeah, she's pretty hot. She's pretty hot. The only reason that I came across her is not because I go looking for them. I don't usually, you know, do much on my Instagram anymore, and I don't put my own picture up there most of the time because I just don't. Unless I got the beard now, I don't like the way I look most of the time. You know, I'm old. Maybe as a young man, okay, but then you know you're lying. But there was a guy who had some video of her who was making videos, and I was like, is this guy her boyfriend or something like that? And then I figured out, no, he's not her boyfriend. He's the videographer. He's just doing something with her. Wish I could turn this around right now. And so I started watching some of her videos that he was making of her. And I thought, oh, she's cute, you know, she's very cute. She's got a nice body. And so then I just added her. And ever since then, I've watched her Instagram. Seems like a nice chick, you know. Jumping on it. They say, very strong, you love me, why you no fin it? Why you take a long time for fin it? Oh, God. You remind me of Subway. Huh? What do you mean? You foot long. I got that one from Jono. Actually told me that one. It's one of his, you know, many jokes. As long as her mouth feels good, who cares? Exactly. You get to the point where, like, you know, if you care too much. Listen, I watched a movie last night. I don't know if anybody's seen it. It's on Netflix. It's called Screwball. And it's about the whole steroids ordeal with Alex Rodriguez and all this stuff. And Joe Rogan brought something up. He said, listen, you got, like, Jennifer Lopez, who, you know, like her or not, you know, she is one royal piece of ass. And, you know, she probably knows what the hell she's doing in the sack. She probably knows how to please her man. And you got Alex Rodriguez, who, you know, by most accounts is, you know, a pretty studly guy, right? You got those two together, and, you know, she's not going to be with some guy working at the local car wash, or, you know, he owns a Subway or something like that. She's not going to be with a guy like that. You know, you have power too much. As long as I'm not saying your legs are same peanut butter spread easily. Oh. Whole lot of Rosie. I don't know. You gotta be able to pick them up a little bit, you know? Throw them around. When they start getting her measurements, Rosie's measurements, it gets a little more difficult to pick them up. Throw them around, you know? I'll tell you what. Oh. She's got a bag from Dean and DeLuca. Oh, yeah, so she's... I'll tell you what, the second girl isn't bad either. Now that I'm looking at her. She's pretty cute. It's pretty cute. Most guys would not sneeze at it. They wouldn't kick her off the bed or, you know, sneeze if it meant losing her. Listen, that's what all the rock stars do now. They just keep rocking until they drop, you know. I don't know how many of you saw, you know, I put up the little video of Alex yesterday in the mixing room. The studio where he's at, there's a little mixing room. And so now he's learned how to work the controls and all this kind of stuff. So now he's sitting in there and he's putting little clips together. He's trying to make himself a couple of songs. And yeah, he's coming along, you know. He's still coming along pretty good. He's improving drastically all the time. He just goes up and up and up. And you know, a lot of the time I don't hear him playing, but he'll be in his room, laying there on a bed playing. He's got his headphones plugged into the guitar, or he's got it. How does he do it? He plugs it into the amp, and then he plugs his headphones into the amp, or something like that. I don't know. I'm losing my religion. What's the name? How's that song go? Here I am losing my religion. When you see certain girls like that, all of a sudden, a lot of religious guys, they stop being religious. All these TV evangelists, they warn against the dangers of premarital sex and blah, 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 doing it doggy style. And then the next thing you know, you find out they either got a guy or they got a girl on the side, and they've been doing all kinds of things with them, you know. What happened to their religion? They just lost their way for a little while. They lost their way until they finished, and then they found God again. Once they blew their load, that was it. That's it. The devil took me over. Ugh. All right, well, you know. This is life. Which better, food or booze? Ugh, the temple of prayer. You know, I think Gennaro, honestly, I think you'd make mincemeat out of her. I think she's too young, you know. Yeah, there you go. That's me in the corner, in the spotlight. I don't know if I can say these words. The stream might get demonetized. And I'm serious. You can say the words of the song and you'll get demonetized. Depends on what the song is, how you pronounce the words and all this other kind of thing. But if their algorithm picks it up, which is crazy. So what's more important, food or booze? I know what it is for me, food. And then you got food or the opposite sex. Which one do you need more? I'll have that in head all day now. Mr. Mitch is sitting there looking at the lyrics right now, singing it to himself. What time is it? 10:30 here. I'll tell you what, if I put her on the t-shirt, you guys would be buying that. You'd be snapping them t-shirts up. Food, because with food, one can make booze. We're all going to hell in this. Everybody in this chat is going to hell. If there is one. You've had Bo's crab cakes. I just saw that. Yeah, hers are pretty good. They're not as good as Mom's, but, you know. That's fine. Where's the... across the street at my house. Actually, my wife makes it pretty well. I think I'm going to go today. I'm going to have a lunch over there. Maybe I'll make a little video of it. It's like a blood soup or something. I forget what it's called. I got to go look at it and read the... I know where the stall is. I need to go over there and then read it and pick the one that I want. That's the one that I like. And I forgot what it's called, but it's a soup. It's really, really good, though. I get tired of eating around my house, you know. Yeah, there you go, food. Saudi Arabia, wow. Welcome. No booze in Saudi Arabia, or it's on the hush-hush. It's on the down low, or the dow low. Yes, I do eat joke. I eat joke. What's the other one? No rap god. Let me see here. Darn it. A cow thumb. I eat that. I eat cow thumb. I eat, I do eat joke. I like joke with the, what do they call, patoon? The little crunchy things. I think that's what they're called. I always forget. Melon. You can do a lot with a melon. That's what she said. She said, I can do a lot with a melon. Oh, I have to say that, you know, I really feel bad about my review of the Rap God, and I feel so bad I'll probably go get a quesadilla or a taco from there. But it was just not a pleasant experience that first time. It was, you know, in Thailand, the food is generally very, very good. You know, that's it. It's very, very good. Once in a great while, you're going to get food that is like the food from the Rap God. Yeah, no booze. Well, there's women and there's food. Two of the three necessities in life. Texas Chicken is opening up. He's never had Rap God. That place just opened. I had a kebab. Or a wrap. Speaking of food, iceberg lettuce, 40 cents a head, celery. Listen, you will not believe how much celery costs here. It's like $3 a bunch. I mean, it's big. It's very big, but it's expensive. And lettuce, I've been getting it at about $1. It's about $1 for a big thing of lettuce, which, you know, you think it's cheap here? When you start comparing, it's not. It's not as cheap as you think. You want an avocado? You know. Avocados here, very expensive. If you're lucky, you'll get a Thai avocado, which is not as good as, say, a New Zealand avocado. And, you know, you can get them for like 6 for $1 or something, 6 for $3. It's about 50 cents each. But if you get one, like, and they're not on sale, they're 79 or 99 baht, so they're $2.50, $3 for one freaking avocado. It's unbelievable. That's what I mean. You know, everybody thinks, oh, it's paradise. It's the most. When you come over and you're a 2-week millionaire, yeah, it's a great place. If you're living here and you're not a millionaire, it's good, but it ain't that good. You know, there are negatives as well as positives. I like Church's Chicken and Long John Silver's. Well, there's no Long John Silver's here. Sunrise Tacos is good enough for tacos, nachos. So, yeah, I mean, I could order that stuff if I wanted, and I have in the past. I don't very often. trying to think. I told my wife, what are we gonna have for dinner tonight? I always try to find out if she's going to be. Yeah, cow soy is good. Actually, I can get that from across the street. I know. So, but that's very good. You know, if the wife is gonna cook, I let her cook. I let her do her thing. If she says, "Oh, you know, I'm not sure what time I'll be home," and blah 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 blah, I either tell the kids to go buy some food from down the street, you know, which is what the vast majority of people in Thailand do. You know, they either cook their own food or they go down, they go to some little stall or some little shop house, and they get their food from there. I mean, you know, we got 3 noodle shops. We got a lady who makes soup, you know, quitio noodles, boat noodles. One is pork, one is duck, and one is chicken. We got one place that sells papilla, which is like a spring roll. And they also sell banh mi, which is noodles. Banh mi kiao, which is, you know, they have the noodles and the little dumpling or whatever. We got another place where the lady sells, she sells omelets, fried rice. She'll sell like a pad see ew, which is a noodle. So, you know, just on our block, we have enough food. We got Mr. Dang's, which is, you know, a block and a half away. Mr. Dang's, they sell all kinds of stuff. They got pad thai. You got across the street here, which is, you know, 5 minutes from the house. They got everything that you possibly could want when it comes to Thai food. They have somtam, they have tom yum, they have, you know, pad thai, whatever you want. It's all right here, and that's the big plus. That's the big bonus in Thailand. You're never going to starve, and there's never going to be a shortage of food if you want to eat something different. Yeah, there's plenty of fried chicken here. There's fried pork skin. There's fried chicken. There's fried little pork bits. Good morning, Mr. Johnny. So yeah, you know, you can't go wrong. I mean, just in the food court here, no, but I can get a burger that's, you know, just as good. You know, it's going to cost more. That burger box was cheap and it was good. You know, part of me is like, all right, I'm going to go down there and get like 10 burgers and then bring them all the way back. And I'll give one to my wife, one to each of my kids, one for me, and then we'll have 6 left over, and we'll eat those throughout the next day. There's part of me that wants to do that, you know. G'day, mate. Put another shrimp on the Barbie. Put another kung on the Barbie. Oh, watch this. It's not moving. I don't know if it moved or not. She's like, oh, I'm going inside. I see people in there. I'm going in. Cannot. Tell Jono to set up a table for pizza night at least 2 to 3 times a month. You know, under the right circumstances, I'm sure he would welcome a couple of people. Another one. Good night, couple. Good night. She's like yanking on the door, man. Oh, God. Man. What is this? We got another foreigner here? Another bald-headed foreigner. I don't know if he's a foreigner or not. Looks like it, though. Listen, you know, Jono is a pizza cooking machine. Now, seriously, when he starts cooking, you just get out of his way. I just sit back and watch him, and, you know, and enjoy. It's kind of, my wife is the same way. My mother's the same way. I guess I'm the same way too. You know, it's when I get in my mode of cooking, You know, I know where I want to know. I want to make sure I know where everything is. As long as I know where it is, I want to chop everything up, prep it all. I want to get it boom, 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 boom. Then I'm like, all right, this what's next? What's next? Here comes this. Here comes. Oh, this goes in the oven. Oh, I gotta put this in the microwave for when they come back. I'm gonna have to heat this up. Oh, don't forget to put this in last. How does the plate look? You know. Yeah, he's still happy. Still happy. I think his landlord and he get along quite well. And, yeah, he's got a nice place. I mean, you know. And fortunately for him, it's high enough up where, you know, he's got a good view and everything like that. You know. And he did say to me that he said, I don't know. He goes, you know, one day I may just decide, hey, I don't want to live here anymore, and I'll go find another place to live in Thailand. And, you know, I think that's great, you know. And it's good, you know. He's smart enough to know that he's single. He doesn't want to get locked down into anything. He's not going to let anything get in his way. He's got everything set up the way he wants it. And, you know, I think if more guys were to follow his example, you know, some of them would be a lot happier, you know, because, I mean, listen, you know, being in a relationship with anybody, even having a roommate that's a dude, can be, you know, it can be taxing. Especially if your roommate is a filthy pig, you know. And then being in a relationship with a woman. And, you know, let's face it, men and women speak different languages. That's the way it is. They got different motivations, you know. You know. So I think if more people were to follow his lead, you know, I know several people who came over here and they, you know, they told me, oh, you know, yeah, thanks for all the advice. It's so great. I'll do this, I'll do that. And I said, okay, good. You should be fine then. Seemed like you got a good head on your shoulders. Next thing you know, they're hooked up. They got some broad, you know, that is telling them what to do, leading them around. You never see him again. It's happened probably half a dozen times at least. And, you know, and then they're kind of like, they're being led around. They don't have, you know, maybe they had a path that they set for themselves, and they're off that path. Huh? What? If your roommate has a coffee stain line from the kitchen to his room for dribble, yeah. Either that, or if you're like the guy Poppy who comes over to your house and you know. Peas on your couch or something, you know. That's not a good thing. Remember that episode in Seinfeld? Where Poppy went and he sits down on the sofa and he's like, he just goes, and then he gets up. Listen, I'm all for anybody having their own freedom and everything like that. That's the thing. For the most part, this is why I got married. My wife is mellow. 90% of the time, she is very, very mellow. What I want to do, it's not a problem. Every once in a while, she'll go, do you think this is really, you know, something good for the family? You know, she'll question me. But the vast majority of the time, I don't get any bullshit. You know, I don't get any shit. So, you know, if I was getting all kinds of shit from her, I would have never even made her my girlfriend, you know. So I think it pays to be very careful when you come over here. Take your time. You know, no matter what they say. You can tell them, you know, I mean, listen, you can say, listen, I don't want a girlfriend, but I can tell you right now I'm not seeing anybody else. But if I do decide to see somebody else, you know, and you want to see somebody else, okay, I understand. And then if you get to the point where you're like, hey, listen, you know, she's a good chick, she's a good egg, I want to only be with her for whatever reason. Then you move things to the next level. Freedom is nothing else to lose. Yeah. Where's all the talent today? Well, you see, I'm on the computer right now. I'm on my laptop. I'm not on my phone. So you're unable to see anything. I don't think I can. Right now, it wouldn't even be worth me turning the laptop to show you the girls, but it's just two of them. It's just Beer and Preo, like I said. And they're, they're busy with work. Once they start to open up, I'm sure they may come over here. One of them will come over here, maybe stick their head in and say hello. I told them today, I said, I know you guys. First of all, I'm married. Second of all, I know how you guys are. The guys in the chat, oh, Beer and Preo and T and Malak, oh, they're so cute. Oh, she's a keeper and all these other kind of things. When the truth is, what I said was, which the truth is, I know how you guys really are, And after a while, you're just another chick. That's the bottom line. You think, how many guys, like, you think, well, I don't know, Johnny Depp, I think he got in over his head with Amber Heard, but, she seems like a bit of a, what's the word, twat? That's putting it nicely. But I mean, if you look at most of these guys, they're not like kissing the ass of their ladies. I mean, there's a point. There's no reason to put them on a pedestal. Be real. Oh, God, I love you so much. All right, listen. Stage one, the bonding, okay, I get it. You got to say it a couple of times to make them happy. They make you happy. Okay, but then after a while, it's like, if you love each other, you stay together. If you don't love each other, you don't stay together. If you care about each other, maybe you stay together. If you don't, then why be with each other? Why not just move on to the next one? There's nothing wrong with that. Ships passing the night. There could be a lot of ships in the harbor, You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I knew this would be a somewhat fun topic. Everybody likes to eat. Everybody likes to have a little drink now and then. Well, not everybody, but most people, they don't mind having a drink once in a while. Livens up life. Or a toke, or whatever it might be. And, I don't know if I should have put the opposite sex, but food, booze, and relationships probably would have been better. I think that's better. Whatever type of relationship it might be, whether it's a fleeting relationship, whether it's a fun-only relationship, whether it's a long-term relationship, whatever it might be. You know what I'm saying? The kinks. It looks like the numbers are starting to come back to the mall now. Today's what? Tuesday? Wednesday? Wednesday. Wow, I can't believe it's Wednesday already. Just seemed like, who's blocking your comments? Nobody blocked your comment. It says you retracted your comment. Message retracted. All right, listen. We got 6 minutes left. I'm not going over 2 minutes today. Even 2 hours, in my opinion, is a bit too long. Oh, my God. Stumbled onto one of these photos of this yoga girl. I have been known to have the odd social drink. Wow, I did not know I was so social. I'll tell you what, I'll have a little glass of wine for you guys tonight. Toast everybody. 8 o'clock tonight. You guys will be toasted. Anyway, listen, I appreciate everybody joining me here. It's been daily now for the last, what, 3-4 days? I don't know. Let me see here. How long has it been I've been doing these little things now? Anybody has any topics that they want covered, please let me know. It can be serious, not so serious, whatever it might be. Leave it in the comments below somewhere. Leave it in the chat right now. Let's see here. We did the... What have we done so far? What have you done for me lately? Food. It's limited. Are you freaking serious? This video is running limited or no ads due to content identified as not suitable for most advertisers. Fucking kidding me? Topic of the day is America a lost cause. Topic of the day, MGTOW go your own way. Topic of the day, captive wildlife in Thailand. Topic of the day, food, booze, and relationships. 2 hours is a short time. Yeah, I know. Actually, for me, it's 4 hours, but if I can get away with it. Yes, it has stuffed up my work schedule. Forgot I don't work. Buying a vehicle in Thailand. Yeah, you know, that's something I've been thinking about, actually, lately. I've been thinking about a little... I like that little motorbike that I showed a couple of days ago when I was in the mall. I like that little motorbike. It was like 75,000 baht. This was alright, that thing. I like that. Might have to start saving for one. You know, but the thing is I don't really want to have that in Bangkok. I'd rather have it like down in Krabi or Suratani, Koh Samui, somewhere like that. I'd like to be able to tootle around, you know, on a little motorbike. You know, and my wife is talking about going to Chiang Mai again. She wants to look at a house up there and all this other kind of stuff. You know, I can't keep up with this. That's the other thing. If it was me, I would, you know, I'd be like, all right, I'm going to stream. I'm going to shoot some video. I'll go out and shoot some photos. You know, that's my life. But, you know, then I got, oh, the kids need this. Oh, you're going to have to go with him and do this. Oh, you got to go there. Oh, I'm going to need your help with something. Oh, can you remember to get me this and that? Ah, Jesus. Buying a vehicle in Thailand. All right, I don't know that I'll do that tomorrow. Because I'm going to have to look into a little bit, because I know a little bit about it, but I don't know everything, and I need to just confirm everything. YouTube cracking down new rules called censorship. That's another topic that we could discuss. Censorship. We already talked about the cancel culture and all that kind of shit, but YouTube and their censorship, and also Twitter. And, you know, I haven't been posting on Twitter and on Facebook, and it doesn't hurt me at all. Doesn't bother me one bit. I don't need it. And to tell you the truth, I haven't posted a photo on Instagram. God damn, this chick is fine. You know that? She is fine. Since... Maybe that's why I've lost a couple of people. Since I posted a picture of the elephant on December 6th, and today is December 16th, so it's been 10 days since I posted anything in the photos section of my Instagram. So it tells you I'm not using the social media as much as I once did, and quite frankly, I'd like to erase everything. I like to erase on my YouTube, And that's going to happen. It is going to happen eventually. It's just a matter of when. One day I'll wake up and go, I've had enough of this. I'm going to do it my way, whatever it might be. It is going to happen, though. Yes, but not vegan, eyes and ears, but not copyright. Walkabout. Yes, that is something that is going to happen. I don't know that I'll do it when I'm doing a topic of the day, though. I don't know. We'll see. I have 2 cars, both bought in Thailand. Yeah, I know a bunch of people who have cars. And I'll converse with you, Patty or Bob, for one thing. But, you know, there's a number of steps that you need in order to get your license here and all this other kind of stuff. And I know, you know, in some places you just pay a little money, and that's the way it goes. But you know, you don't want to be driving a car or a motorcycle and not have proper insurance, and you don't want to do it half-assed. You want to do it the right way here. You don't. Another one of my rules: never put yourself in a position of disadvantage here if you can help it. And by disadvantage, that means, you know, you don't give them reason if they pull you over and they go, you know, license and registration. You know, okay, maybe you go, listen, here's a couple thousand baht, you forget about it. Maybe that works, but it's better you just do it the right way, you know. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. Appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a thumbs up. Click that notification bell. Check out the merch. Check out everything in the description. Yeah, you know, Patty Bob, that place never did get back to me about the insurance and all that kind of stuff. So I have to go down there. That's another thing. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do that while I'm streaming. I'll go in and ask about the licensing fee and all that other kind of stuff. Because I don't want to fly the drone here. Excuse me. I don't want to fly the drone unless everything is copacetic. Because if you were to, by chance, crash into somebody's car, or, you know, you fly into somebody's little spirit house or something like that, and you don't have everything set up properly, you know, you run the risk of getting into trouble, you know. And that's the last thing you need here in paradise. Well, there's a reason why Thais don't like second-hand cars and second-hand condos and second-hand houses. They don't like it. All right, you guys are going to see the masses come in here. Here they come. And here comes the, let's see if I can do this here. Let's see. There's the door. There we go. Sometimes they have 3 people here in the morning, but not now. Anyway, yeah, so we'll see you on the flip side real soon, tomorrow. I don't know what the subject's going to be, the topic is going to be. I got a whole list of them. You know, it just depends on my mood. Depends on my fucking mood. Had to say that. Rules are not a problem until it's a problem. Exactly. Masses of sex girls, yes. Most second, oh, okay. Anyway. It would be nice to get on one of those little motorbikes, like I saw, that little Italian motorbike, to be able to cruise around town. You have to take pictures of it to apply. I know how to do it. It's not that I don't know how to do it. It's that I get varying estimates of the cost. If it's only 1,350 baht or something like that, man, I'm in. But I don't want to spend 3,500 baht on that fucking thing. You know, it's, I don't know. You know, I mean, if I had to, okay, I will. You know, if it's like a one-time fee, that'd be great. Oh, you pay 4,000 baht, 5,000 baht. It's good for life. No, it's not good for life. It's the way it works, you know. It's all about a money grab. It's all about the do-re-mi. I don't want a used bike, honestly. I'll tell you what I have been thinking about. And I used to do this. I don't know why I keep rambling on here. I'm sorry. But, no, it's not a Vespa. I forget the name of it. But one thing that I have thought about, and I used to do it back in the States, is I would buy a bike. I'd find a frame. I'd find a good frame. You know, it might be the frame with the wheels on it and stuff like that. And then I'd get an engine, put that thing on there. I'd paint the thing. I'd make up a bike. Basically, I just build a bike from scratch. And, you know, I had help from people and stuff because there were things I didn't know how to do. And I'd get it all painted up or whatever. I'd ride it for a little while. Boom, I'd sell it, make a little bit of money. I'd like to do that. So, you know, that may be something I can look into in the future. Maybe next year. That's a goal for next year. Start searching some, you know, old bikes and stuff like that. I'm not talking about a little Honda Dream. You know, so guys buy one and they are afraid to use it. No, it's not. You know, the other thing is that, like, for me, if I was to have a bike, first of all, here in my neighborhood, there's very little that I would want to use it for in the immediate area, because I can come over here on the back of a motorcycle, cost me, you know, fuck all. Takes me limited time, or I could just jump on a song cow and I'd get here. You know, so I don't really need one. But now if I'm out somewhere, like on a little island or in a village somewhere, well, it comes in handy then. You know, so something to think about. It is something to think about, to build one and sell it. I've been wanting to do that for a couple of years now, and I've really been thinking about it lately. You can find, just like used cars, I got a new Toyota, but I haven't used it. Nah, if I was to get any kind of bike like that, it's got to be like a 150, you know. Although that other one, like I was saying, is pretty nice for, we got another foreigner in here. Looks like a foreigner and his kids. Two big kids, too, so maybe he's been here a while. I don't know. Never seen the guy before. Anyway, I've rambled on too long. Don't forget about the T-shirts. Don't forget about the PayPal. Don't forget about the Cash App. I don't know why people don't use it more often. It's a pretty good freaking deal. And, you know, the thing, you can buy little stocks with it and stuff. And for a while, I was throwing, you know, $100, $200 in there. And then I'd buy some stock, and I would really watch it, and I would end up making $30 or something. I'd be like, all right, boom, and I'd sell it. I'd make $30. By the time I got the money, you know, it was $28 or something. But I'd be like, I made a free $28 just by watching the stock. It was, you know, a nice way to make a little cash. Yeah. Anyway, don't forget about Patreon and the social media and all that other stuff. Thumbs up, subscribe. Anyway, there you go. You see. Anyway, until next time. I think that's all I have. So we will see you later. Choke D, Jerkin Mai. I'm Scott. I am an American here. And I am in Bangkok all day and all night. All right? I'll see you guys later. Ciao.